Good evening and welcome to episode 53 of Nicola Valley Talk, a podcast provided by Tourism Nicola Valley, Experience Nicola Valley, and Experience Merritt. Nicola Valley Talk is broadcast every Thursday at 7 p.m. from Merritt, British Columbia, Canada. Nicola Valley Talk is part of the 2021 National and Provincial Award-winning Experience Nicola Valley program for Best Marketing Program of the Year and Best Community Project Award for communities under 20,000 people. My name is Melvina White. I'm your country lifestyle blogger with Experience Nicola Valley and your host tonight on Nicola Valley Talk. Working the control room is our eco-blogger, Tanya Stewart. Tonight, we are going to talk with Nolan Prowal and his partners of the Valley Kitchen about taking the plunge and adding a much-needed food venue to the food choices in Merritt. They are situated in Central Park at the food concession stand. Let's welcome our special guest tonight, Nolan Prowal and his partners to Nicola Valley Talk. Welcome to the show, Nolan.
Hello there, how's it going?
Not too bad.
Awesome.
How would you like to introduce yourself and your partners to our audience and maybe tell us a little about who the Valley Kitchen crew are?
Absolutely. So my name's Nolan Prowal, one of the founders and owners here. I'd like to just bring a couple of my team members in here. So we'll start off with Katerina, my partner here, owner and co-founder as well.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah, so we kind of moved here and decided we'd start this up, and we brought in some of our friends who also have some passion with this. So we have Jorge and we have Mark as well. Let's quickly introduce everybody. Hey, Jorge, nice to meet you. Mark, we're waiting for you here, Chef. Just give a second here to introduce yourself. I guess this is Mark. Yeah, so that's basically everybody here. So we're all just a four-man unit at the kitchen. It's short but sweet, but
perfect. So Nolan, I understand you grew up in Merritt and had a little bit of a hockey career and left for a bit to spread your wings, and now you're back and in the food business. My question is two-part. Where have you been and what have you been doing?
Well, basically, I was down in Vancouver for 5 years after my hockey career, landed in a restaurant and didn't necessarily know that I had as much passion for food as it turned out to be. One thing literally led to another, and I moved into a massive restaurant that goes by the name of Nightingale. It is an absolute unit of a place, and I've met some phenomenal people there. Everyone that I just introduced, we all connected at Nightingale, and we were able to kind of come together and so on and so forth, and here we are. So, yeah.
So, what brought you back to Merritt for the food business?
It was more or less just the timing of everything. Like, I really wanted to get out of the city, start to own more personal belongings, like more of a house, have a backyard, yada yada. Get out of a small apartment, and then once we were doing that, we noticed that there still wasn't necessarily as much of a food scene here as kind of what we were wanting to what we could have brought. So that's kind of what happened. We were able to bring our resources, our knowledge. The space was available to us. Everything kind of just lined up, and here we are. So it really worked out, and we decided we'd make a run at it. So,
well, we're certainly glad that you made that decision because
thank you.
Your food's pretty good down there. You started the Valley Kitchen during the COVID pandemic before knowing if or when any of the regulations were going to be lifted. And this was not a typical season of ball tournaments and other park activities. So the question is, did the pandemic impact your opening and affect your opening projections, or was it an opportunity to get the operation fine-tuned and add any ideas that may have been missed in the planning stage before everything opened?
Well, to be honest, the pandemic was realistically what brought this all together. I mean, it's a blessing in disguise in that sense, but at the same time, tragic in others. But for us, for Valley Kitchen, like it was something that we were able to come together. Like the government shut down indoor dining, which kind of benefited us being in a park location. So things just kind of lined up for myself and for everybody aboard. So it's something that we were able to put together, because if this never really happened, we would have been still in restaurants down in Vancouver. We were all working in restaurants down in the coastline. So the pandemic kind of took out that food scene a little bit, but it opened doors in another road. So it's it's good for us. So I'm happy that it worked out the way it's working so far. So.
Kelly Langlos Torgerson says, "See you soon." And what are your hours again?
Oh, so yeah. So Sunday we're going to be closing a little bit earlier. So 11 to 3.
I'm lost.
And then Tuesday all the way till Saturday.
Just
Tuesday
doing an
to Saturday,
interview.
we're open 11 to 7. So.
I'm just doing an interview right now. I've eaten at the Valley Kitchen and the food is awesome. The menu is limited and catering to a sports and park visitor clientele.
Yep.
Once things get back to normal, which more than likely won't be until next season, will you be enlarging the menu? And if so, can you give us a hint as to what some of the upcoming menu items might be?
Yeah, well, in terms of enlarging the menu, what we decided together, we have so much space within the unit that we're working out of. So in terms of adding other items on, in this space, we don't know if it would be something that we'd be able to do. We'd have to trial it, but we're definitely working on some things. But the thing is that we'd like to maybe tweak a couple of our items that we currently have to try and bring some new flavors to guests that are coming through. Yeah, we're talking about some tacos and some cubanos, potentially another vegetarian and a vegan option as well. So, and maybe a dessert. So.
I'm sure that'll be popular. And gluten-free, have you got any of that?
Nothing currently, actually. Yes, just the apple salad. It's something that we will put a little bit more thought in and come up with something that we can put out there for the public to enjoy. So
perfect. Mm-hmm. Valley Kitchen's been open now for a couple of months. So keeping in mind the unprecedented season, do you anticipate growth for Valley Kitchen? And if so, in what capacity?
Yeah, absolutely. Like for us, we come from working within an indoor environment, so table seating, more of a restaurant scene. So that's something that we want to try and transition towards. However, we want to make sure that we can provide to the people what we think that is something within our skill set. So if if we're not able to do something that we're not going to be able to do 100%, we'll have to revisit that. But we do want to move forward. We do want to try and grow and try and bring more of what we know and what we can do to the people of Nicola Valley. So.
May Ketter says, welcome, and the food is great.
Thank you.
Kelly Langlis Torgerson says, yum desserts. Yes, please.
Yeah, so, we haven't tried it yet, but we've been kind of brainstorming. And one thing we do kind of have, we've been talking about is a deep fried pear or a peach, sorry. So it's going to have a puff pastry. We could do some sugar coating around the outside. It's going to be, it's going to have a pop for it for sure. It's going to be really good.
Oh my God, don't you dare.
We're thinking about it. We'll see if we can make it work. So.
Greg Gerard says, love it. Cooking and interviewing. What a talent.
I see milkshakes from Greg Gerard too, potentially, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, Greg Gerard says, yes, milkshakes. Big ones. Nolan, you were born and raised in Merritt, and you've seen many changes in your time here. A few months ago, the Experience Nicola Valley program won a national and provincial award for Best Community Marketing Program. My question is, how important do you think programs like this are, which in this case put Merritt and the Nicola Valley up on a local, provincial, and international stage?
Well, I think it's extremely important because you hear a lot of businesses within larger cities, the Kamloopses, the Kelownas, the Vancouvers. So I think it's phenomenal what you guys are doing, honestly, and it's something that it's bringing a lot of focus and a lot more opening people's eyes to just what people within a small community can do and come together and do some amazing things. So I think it's really important. And it's really good about what you're doing here. So I'm really grateful that you had us on.
So is there anything that we've missed that you'd like to share with the audience?
Well, not off the top of my head. I just want to say to the people that have come out and experienced some of our food, thank you so much. I've heard a lot of positive feedback and a lot of really good remarks. So thank you so much. I mean, there's only so many people here. There's only 4 of us, so it's all hands on deck, and every piece of appreciation goes really far in our hearts. So thank you so much.
Wendy Pierce says maybe veggie burgers.
Yeah.
And Anne says, do you have dairy-free options?
So unfortunately, we don't, and we do. I mean, we can try and we can move some things off of some items and try and make some things dairy-free as much as we can. Currently, right now, we don't necessarily, but we can try our best. We're open to try and working with people as well. So.
Okay, so Nolan, thank you for coming on with us tonight, and we wish you all the best of luck out there, and we will certainly do whatever we can on our end to get the word out, and also once you do things on your end, we should be able to cover educate a lot of people out there as to what you've got going on.
Yeah, we'll try our best to share and to get everybody at least or knowing that we're here. We'll share as much on Facebook and on our Instagram, and trying to get as many people out here and try some of our food. So
that sounds great.
Awesome.
Well, thanks again, Nolan, and let's continue to spread the word that we're the best resource in the Nicola Valley for tourism and economic development. And please follow, share, and comment on our Experience Nicola Valley Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube page.
Awesome.
Make sure you turn in next week when Persistent Training with Kylie Street will be our guest on Nicola Valley Talk. Remember, every Tuesday night, join us, same time, same place at 7 p.m. right here on Nicola Valley Talk. Thank you for watching tonight. My name is Melvina White. I'm your country lifestyle blogger on Experience Nicola Valley and your host on Nicola Valley Talk. And remember, reduce, reuse, recycle, and rethink because Merritt matters. Thank you again for joining us, and please be fire smart as we enjoy these hot summer days. Experience Nicola Valley would like to thank the City of Merritt and the citizens of the community for their support, compassion, and the handling and organization for all of the fire evacuees from Lytton and surrounding areas. Thank you for your support, and good night.